I don't know if you can see this well enough here, because it's pretty clear. Right now is the National Cycle Vstream Windshield. I've had it out. I've been out on it 2 days, maybe 3. I've got maybe 400 miles on it, and I'm really loving it. So I'm a guy that I like less wind. The wind in my face is not such a big deal, unless I'm hot or it's warm and I want to cool down. So I want less wind in my face. So the windshield here is dramatically wider than the standard Honda windshield. You know, standard Honda windshields, you know, maybe this high. So anyway, obviously it does kick the air out well beyond my helmet and you know, even the right and left side of my body here. Technically, if you look at the advertisements, you're supposed to see the wind coming up here and curling around. So I guess for it pretty much does that. So when the windshield is fully extended, it's almost, well, wind-wise, it's pretty much almost perfectly noiseless. There's no wind. Also, it kicks the wind farther behind me. So as you notice here, I do have some of the motorcycle Larry highway blades here, which I use all the time on the freeway. And but one thing with them is when they're out with my old windshield, and if I want to lean back ever so slightly, taking, say, my left hand off the bar and just leaning back a little bit more on my own windshield, I would have too much wind buffeting around behind me. So you know, I usually didn't do that much because I didn't like that. So now the wind behind me is pretty much gone. I can still feel it slightly back there, but nothing like it was there. So it does punch a very nice hole in the air. And so the other thing that was mentioned from some other reviewer was that we have a cutout here in the windshield at the front, which I don't want to do, but if I brought my old windscreen out, you would find that the high position, the old Honda windscreen's down a little farther. So consequently, with the old Honda windscreen, there was no air coming back through here. So the other fellow doing the review seemed to not like that. I'm going to go on the other side here. The other fellow seemed to not like that. However, I like that. Even here, when I was out in 35, 36, 37, you know, mid-high 30s temperatures, that the little breeze coming through there was not really affecting me negatively. It wasn't a hard breeze, it was just an ever so gentle breeze. So I think in the summertime, where if it gets warm and I'm on the freeway, or someplace where I want the windshield up high, I would have it up high for a while, but then I would get too warm and I would lower it to get some wind over me to cool down. So I think in the summertime, that is going to provide a very nice little gentle, as I say, gentle breeze. When you're wearing a full face helmet, you don't even know it's there. But if you put your hand up, you can feel it. If you open your visor, you can feel it. So I think it will be welcome in the summertime. So as I sit on this thing here now, at full extension, I used to, with the Honda windshield, the line of the windshield would be just above my eyes, which I personally don't mind looking through a windshield, you know, for highway or freeway riding. With this, it goes up a little higher, so now my vision line is right about there. So if I have it full up, I'm pretty much fully covered there. But I do find, you know, because of the wider hole that it punches through the air, that now I will probably end up riding with it down a little lower, so my vision will be where most people want it, right over top. And even at that, it's punching the wind well, you know, above my head, above and around my head. So it works great. My only, it's not really a complaint, I did when I get on it sort of worry about this little line right here where the windshield changes sort of the direction here. So there's a little hump right here that comes back, and when you first get on it, it looks quite pronounced, and I can't really, you can maybe see it there a little bit. Yeah, right there, if you're looking over there at the desk, you can see the little bit of distortion there. So at first I thought, holy crap, I don't know if that's any good or not. But in my riding, what I've discovered is that this window area is so vast out here that when you get it to where you want, you are easily looking through all of the business area. Very seldom will you be looking down there. And even if you're like me, I'm not really sure how, certainly everybody rides, but if I'm out on the freeway, I got my windshield up because I want the protection. If I'm in the twisties, then I want the windshield down as low as it'll go pretty much, so that I have better unobstructed vision along the top of it. So I think here, again, this windshield covers very nicely the whole cockpit area here. So down here, I think it's going to be very nice, and when you're down low, if you're looking through it, you see none of that distortion down there. So I think it's just very, very business-like there, and also good wide coverage. The old stock shield, if it was down here, you'd just have a little bit of coverage right here. So again, if you're a true sport bike guy, always riding in the wind, then to you that would be no big deal. If you're, in my case, a sport touring guy, I want the bigger protection. But anyway, I think it's going to be very nice. So I'm just anxious, of course, for some good weather to check it out on a prolonged trip. I really don't know how anybody rides a motorcycle that doesn't have the electric windshield up and down. It just is sort of, once you have air conditioning in your car, correct, you're never going to go without it. So anyway, that's the Vstream windshield.